Hi, my name's Kyle Marcelli. I'm 22. I'm from Barrie, Ontario. Ever since I was young, my dream is to become a racing car driver. I started off quite young, around the age of 11, racing go-karts locally. That took off to an international level pretty quick. Since then, it was kind of single-seaters, and now I'm very fortunate. I've had a lot of good people help me out to build a career in sports cars. I sensed a passion, for racing pretty early on. As I mentioned, I was about 11 years old when I sat my dad down for dinner and said, "Dad, I want to go racing." My first go-kart was actually called a Bobcat. I had never heard of it at the time. I don't think anybody had ever heard of it. It was probably 30 years outdated, but I was a kid in the candy store. I was polishing that thing in the garage, and we showed up to the first race and found out it wasn't eligible to compete. So we gave it back to my dad's friend who gave it to us, and we ended up buying another used four-cycle kart. That's how I started. I remember my first race was at Simcoe Kart Club in Sutton, Ontario. My dad, my uncle, my whole family was there, and I finished second. It was a great day, and I was so excited to be involved finally in motorsport and excited for the future. Something that you struggle with is just trying to be successful in the sport is difficult enough in its own. There are certainly days when you wake up and you're just like, feel like you've just had so many no's, you've been knocked down so many times that it's impossible. But I think those are the days which kind of make or break you and really build character to push through and to think that this is what I'm meant to do, this is what I want to do, and I'm just not going to take no for an answer and keep plugging forward. First car was actually a 1992 Chrysler New Yorker, 5th Avenue. It was my grandfather's car. I paid him $1 for it. I think that was the only legal way to do the transaction. And I still have it to date, actually. It's been in the garage for a little while, but I said to my wife, Amy, I'm looking to restore it and put it back on the road for her. I don't think she agrees with me, but beautiful car. I mean, I had a lot of memories of it from when I was a young kid, riding with my grandparents. I know on the back it said Lorry #1, and I never knew what it meant until I was a little bit older. I asked, and sure enough, my grandma's name is Loretta, and short form, so a little sentimental story there. Daily driver is actually a Pfaff Volkswagen GTI. Chose it was white. No, I'm just joking. I had the fortune of driving a couple different Pfaff cars actually over the course of last summer, and I liked the Volkswagen. I liked the GTI. It was cost effective for me. It was it was decent on fuel. I go up north quite often. I think a feature that I liked a lot about it was the hatchback. I find I'm always having to pile a ton of stuff in the back of the car, whether it's luggage going to the airport or whether it's heading up north and got my fishing rod, and it's economical for me. I love it. So 2013 looks to be an exciting year, looks to be a busy year. I've been signed to Bar One Motorsports to drive for them in the American Le Mans Series. That'll be in the LMPC category. Really looking forward to that program. It's a good team. We've tested twice now. Tests have been very successful, and so we should have a competitive package to win races, and our goal is nothing but a championship. Aside from that, I'm also just in the closing stages of piecing together a deal for the Porsche Super Cup. Very excited about that deal as well. That sparked from the 2 tests I did with Porsche last year. They had suggested and liked to see me race in that series. Very competitive championship. It's an international championship. Each race is with Formula One. I'm fortunate. I've got Pfaff Porsche. I've got Porsche Canada and a company called MBRP Performance Exhaust that are backing me to race in that championship. So within the next few weeks, I should have a deal announced. And then it'll be a busy year. I'm looking at about 20 races between the 2 series. Really excited.